For the ESPN.
Joining us in the media center is our winner in Pro Stock, Greg Anderson. Just a couple quick notes. This is Greg's 7th win at Pomona, 4th Winternational win, 52nd career win overall, and it ties him 5th in the all-time professional win categories overall with Joe Amato, who also has 50.
Nice job, Greg.
Yeah, baby. How about that?
Yeah, baby.
Greg, you ran the lowest ET of the weekend on the final run. Talk a little bit about that and just that final round with Jag.
Well, you know, anytime you match up against Jag, you better bring everything you got. And I knew no matter what we run, he was going to be right there or quicker. So somehow I had to dig down and find a way to leave the starting line with him. He's kind of worn me out a few times on the starting line, but anytime I could be within a couple thousandths on him on the starting line, I feel that I did my job, I guess, and let the guys take over with the race car, and hopefully they can drive around him. As KB Racing horsepower is pretty awesome right now. We obviously did our homework over the winter. They surely did too. Obviously, several cars in this class have made major gains in the off season. It's going to be probably the best year ever for Powerade Pro Stock, and I know I've said things like that before, but it's the truth. It gets tougher every year. These guys get smarter every year. More players figure out how to play it seriously and run tough every year. And if you think it's going to get easy one year, you better get out of the sport, because it's not going to happen. And like I said before, you know, that's what makes you feel good at the end of the day when you beat a class like that. I think this is going to be probably the toughest season ever in Pro Stock. If we can find a way to come out as Powerade champions, then you're certainly going to feel good at the end of the year. You're going to have to feel like you earned it, because you're going to win it if you didn't earn it. It's knockdown, drag out brawl out there every time we're going to go out. And I kind of learned last year, we had a great start of the season last year, and we're feeling great, and you know, trying to figure out this new countdown to the championship. And kind of half season we had a real good lead, so we kind of sat down and decided maybe we could try a few things, test a few things on the race car. And I guess looking in hindsight, it probably got us out of the going to the race to win the race mode, and that's something that we've never done before. I go to every race I go to try and win, not just to try and make more points than the next guy closest to me in points or ahead of me or whatever. I go to win that race. That's what gets it for me. That's what gets it for this race team. That's what makes us work hard during the week. So we kind of got out of that mode, and I learned a valuable lesson. It was very hard to get back into that mode. Just snap your fingers, get back into that mode, and you know, it cost us a championship, I guess. So, you know, sometimes you just think you got the great plan, and it turned out not to be the great plan. So hopefully we'll be smarter this year, and we'll go out and, you know, we just decided this year we're going to go try and win every single race no matter what. If we win a championship, we're great. If we don't, you know, maybe we won 15 races. I don't know. So you just can't plan like we did last year. I guess we learned a valuable lesson, and obviously you can't win every race during the season if you don't win the first one. And it looks like we won the first one. So I'm the only one in this class right now that can say he's going to win a race this year. So I feel pretty good right now. And it's going to be a great next week and a half. We're going to go home and obviously work harder. This is what makes us work harder, you know, a win like this. So I can't wait to get to Phoenix and lock horns with these cats again. They're pretty serious. And man, I'm telling you, it's going to be a great year for Powerade Pro Stock. You know, I don't know. It seems like every time I race Jaggy, he's a tough competitor, and he usually dig out every trick he's got in his book, and you know, a lot of times it works, without a doubt. And apparently neither of us wanted to go in first, and you know, it looks like he ended up going in first. We had both finally made our mind that we were going to go in. We were both in the process. He got in a little before I did, but you got to find a way to kind of block that out. Whether you want to go in first or last, you got to just go up there, and when it's time to go in, whether the other guy's in or not. Otherwise, you're probably just going to shoot yourself in the foot, and that's what we both did, and it was a great race. We had basically identical reaction times, and we both ran the best runs we've run all weekend. So just a great Pro Stock final, and that's the way it should be.
How do you work on your reaction time? I mean, because that really is kind of a key for you.
Well, it is. You know, we certainly do that back at the shop. We built a simulator to practice in, and the funny thing is, though, you can't simulate this out here. It's not just the noise inside the car that we can't duplicate, but the nerves, you know. And you try to block it out, and I think sometimes we do a pretty good job with it. But hey, we're human, you know, and you're probably going to make mistakes once in a while. I've certainly proved I've been able to make mistakes with the best of them. But you got to be as professional as you can out there and block out everything you can. And practice certainly helps, but this is the best practice right out here. So the more rounds you can find a way to win and get by that round and get another round, that's more practice. So that's why it helps to be able to have a fast race car and win rounds. You can make yourself a better driver that way.
How long have you been working on the GXP body to get it optimized?
Well, I haven't been working on it. The guys at GM have been working
Yeah.
on it, but it's been over a year. You know, it's been a long planning process, and obviously they did their homework well. It comes right out of the box. It's going to be great, and obviously you got to hope and think that you can make it better as you go. So, a lot of potential, absolutely, positively, just like the 3-engine. You know, we came out here last year, and the thing ran real great to start with. It got better as the season went along. It's better this year. You know, they just keep building great products, and I'm associated with the right group there, and the General Motors there in the Pontiac brand. It's I've been lucky, I've been fortunate that way. I've had great equipment, and every year they keep making things better.
Is that a Rick Jones chassis?
That's a Rick Jones chassis. Yeah, the last 4 or 5 cars I've built have been Rick Jones, and hey, you know, my hat's off to him too. He built a great race car there. It's a new challenge for him, just like us. He built a great race car, so he's a great part of this victory right here.
It's
So
a
what-
chassis.
Yes.
Hey, what drives better, the new car or the used car?
If you ask Jason right now, he'd definitely say the new car. He didn't have a lot of luck this weekend with that car. That car that he drove was the car that I drove all last year. It's that used comp eliminator car, the one with 1,000,000 miles on it. And I loved it. It was like an old shoe, but apparently it doesn't fit his foot. Well, you know, obviously once you find success and you achieve success, you get spoiled. You don't want anything else. And it's just, it drives you to win. Every time you win, you want to win more the next time. You never know when it'll be your last win. You have no idea. This could be your last win. So you got to treat it like that. You got to treat it special. And I don't know. It's an exciting deal. But I love being a part of it.
Speaking of new races, what's your feeling about the new track that's going in at Charlotte?
Can't wait. It's 2 miles from my home.
Oh, really?
It's going to be a beautiful facility. It's going to be a beautiful facility. Obviously, every place that Bruton builds is top shelf, and I can't wait till they get it built.
everything
You know,
he
I'd love
builds
to be able to test there during the season, and obviously race that race. And you guys would not even imagine how many NASCAR type fans, NASCAR employees that love drag racing and follow drag racing. They're going to find out next year. People don't really realize that, but absolutely, positively, they do watch us. They're very interested in what we do, and they're itching for it to come to their town. I guarantee it can't go wrong. It's absolutely a sure deal for sure, and it's going to be a big hit.
Final round against Juggy, did you see him over there?
I didn't, because I didn't look. I was scared to death. Every time I raced a cat, you just figure, man, if anything at all goes wrong, if you make the minor mistake, and we didn't make a real clean run, I thought, finally, with the car went a little right in low gear, and I had to kind of yank it back, and that's the little margin you think you have to have. You got to be perfect when you run that guy, and I didn't expect that wind light to come on because of that, and it did. So that wind light was my friend in the final, and it was a great race. You know, obviously we ran a little ET. It wasn't a perfectly clean run, so maybe we could have even run better, but it doesn't matter right now. We got the win light, we got the trophy, we got the check. We get to move on to Phoenix and try and do it again.